Hi students, today let's discuss regarding leprosy. So leprosy, it is otherwise called as Hansen's disease. It is a chronic infectious disease caused by Mycobacterium leprae. That is a causative agent of leprosy, and it mainly affects the peripheral nerves so that the patient will lose their sensation. Okay, and it will also affect the skin, muscles, eyes, bones, testes, and internal organs in the later stages. So leprosy is clinically characterized by one or more of the following cardinal features. The typical features of leprosy include hypopigmented patches which can be seen all over the body and partial or total loss of cutaneous sensation. It is due to the involvement of the peripheral nervous system and presence of thickened nerves and presence of acid fast bacilli in the skin or nasal smears. So it will be effective to roll out these bacilli from this kind of nasal or skin smears. Okay. Then the signs of advanced disease and striking include presence of nodules or lumps, especially in the skin of the face as well as on the ears, and plantar ulcers can be seen, and loss of fingers or toes. In the later stages, due to the sensory loss, the patient may lose their fingers as well as the toes. Nasal depression, foot drop, and claw toes and other deformities. The epidemiology determinants. The agent factors include first is agent. Leprosy is mainly caused by the bacterium called as Mycobacterium leprae. It is a kind of acid fast bacilli, and it is mainly occur in human host. Then the source of infection. It is generally agreed that multibacillary cases are the most important source of infection in the community, and the patients who is infected with an active Mycobacterium leprae bacteria is also a kind of source. Then regarding the portal of exit of this particular bacterium, it is mainly having an exit through the nose. So nose is considered as a portal of exit. Then infectivity. It is very highly infectious disease but of low pathogenicity. When regarding the pathogenic features, it will be having a decreased pathogenicity. Okay. And the infectious patient can be rendered non-infectious by the treatment with dapsone for about 90 days or 3 months, or with rifampicin for 3 weeks. So persistent treatment with a particular drug like dapsone or rifampicin will provide a complete recovery from this kind of infection. Okay. Then regarding the host factors, age. The incidence rate of leprosy can be seen between the age group of 10 to 20 years, and regarding the sex, males are at higher risk for getting leprosy than the females. Okay. Then regarding the migration, in India, leprosy was considered to be mostly a rural problem. Okay. Because those who are living in a crowded place, they are at high risk for getting this kind of infection due to the transmission of this bacterium. Okay, because of the movement of population from rural to urban areas, leprosy is creating a problem in the urban areas. Due to the migration, this kind of problems can be transmitted from the rural population to the urban population. Okay. Then regarding the environmental factors, the risk of transmission is predominantly controlled by the environmental factors such as it is mainly seen in the humidity or moist places. Okay, so humidity favors survival of Mycobacterium leprosy, and overcrowding and lack of ventilation within the household. So these are the factors which can harbor this Mycobacterium leprae. So we can prevent the infection by controlling or modifying these environmental factors. Okay. Then regarding the mode of transmission, it can be transmitted either through the droplet route or through the contact transmission. Okay, in the droplet transmission, this is more and more evidence that leprosy may be transmitted through the aerosols containing Mycobacterium leprae, which means through the aerosols. While coughing or sneezing, these kind of minute particles can be transmitted from the infected person to the susceptible persons. Okay, then through the contact transmission, there are various studies which have indicated that the leprosy can be transmitted from one person to another through the close contact. Okay, then other routes in apart from droplet as well as contact transmission, leprosy can be transmitted by insect vectors. It is another form of transmission through the vector transmission or by tattooing the needles. Okay. Then regarding the classification, leprosy is mainly divided into lepromatous, non-lepromatous, borderline, and intermediate. Okay, then non-lepromatous is again divided into pure neuritis and tuberculosis type. Okay, the lepromatous means that it will be very highly infectious and it is mainly characterized by the involvement of skin, mucosa, nerves, and internal organs. So, when considered to the three groups of classification, lepromatous is very highly infectious. Okay, then non-lepromatous means it is divided into two forms, that is pure neuritis and tuberculosis type. In pure neuritis means what? Will be involvement of nerves. Okay, but there will be no specific type of skin lesions that cannot be seen in the pure neuritis stage of non-lepromatous classification. Okay, then tuberculoid means one or two well-defined lesions are present which may be flat or raised in nature. So pure neuritis means there is no particular involvement of the skin lesions, but in case of tuberculosis, there will be typical involvement of these skin lesions, and which it will be in a number of one, either one or two, and it will be having a characteristic feature of flat or raised. Okay, then borderline. Four or more lesions can be seen. It is also in a form of flat or raised, and there will be some involvement of sensory impairment. Then intermediate means one or two vague pigmentation macules and definite sensory impairment, which can be seen in case of intermediate. So these are all about the classification. Once again, lepromatous, non-lepromatous, borderline, and intermediate. Regarding the incubation period, when comparing with other kind of communicable disease, the incubation period of leprosy will be having a longer duration, and the duration can be varied from 3 to 5 years. When we were comparing regarding the other diseases, regarding like influenza or other form of infectious diseases, the incubation period is very limited, isn't it? Sometimes some infections that can be having an incubation period of up to 7 days or 1 week or maximum 3 weeks, but for the incubation period of leprosy, it will be having a longer range, that is from 3 to 5 years. Then regarding the history collection, first of all, the history. Okay, so regarding the diagnostic evaluation, history collection, first of all, we should collect whether the patient had any exposure with an infected person, and we can collect the environmental history, whether they are living in a crowded area or not. Okay, then the physical examination, in that we can assess the sensory ability of the patient, as well as we can identify the sensory organs, as well as the ability of the person to sense the touch. Okay, as well as we have to know the skin lesions. Okay, then bacteriological examination, we can find out or rule out this type of Mycobacterium leprae from the nose smear as well as from the skin smear. Okay, then food part culture. Inoculate the material into the food parts of mice and demonstrate the multiplication. Then histamine test biopsy. We can use the skin scrapings to identify the microorganism. Okay, so that is biopsy is another method. Then immunological test. We can apply the zero point 0.1 ml of lepramine intradermally. Through this, we can assess whether the patient is having any antibody formations, or whether the patient is having any immunological reactions in the body towards this lepramine. Okay, then prevention. We can prevent either by primary or secondary method. In the primary, first of all, we can estimate of the problems. Early recognition of this problem can be useful to prevent the complications like sensory damage or permanent loss of functions, etc. Okay, then early case detection, then immunoprophylaxis. We can take initiative, or we can take adequate precautions to minimize the antigen antibody reactions or suppress the immune responses towards these microorganisms. Okay, then rehabilitation. In the later stages of leprosy, there will be complete loss of sensation. So patient need a rehabilitation therapy for improving their quality of life. Then health education, how we can treat or how we can maintain a normal life with this kind of problems. Okay, then multi-drug therapy. We can use a variety of drugs to manage this disease. First of all, there is Dapsone. Okay, Dapsone, it is having, or it has been used in the world for more than 30 years, and we can use at a dose of 1 to 2 mg, 1 or 2 mg per kg. That is a dosage of Dapsone. Then rifampicin, it will be having a dosage of 1500 milligram or 3 to 4 consecutive daily doses. Then clofazimine, is another drug of choice that is having an improved effect over the leprosy. Then chemotherapy, we can use different kinds of medications to control the associated symptoms of this particular disease. Then regarding the nursing management, it is very, very important. And in that, first of all, we can diagnose this condition and we have to monitor the characteristics of lesion, because skin lesions are the very important features in leprosy. Then clean the wounds with saline or non-toxic substances as indicated. Wound care is very, very important because leprosy patients will be having a different range of skin lesions, which will be having a varying numbers from 1 or 2 or 4 or more. In the later stages, patients' entire body will be having a different sizes of skin lesions. So particular wound cleaning or wound care is needed. Apply sterile bandage over the wounds to prevent the infections and examine the wound damage daily, because patient will have a loss of sensation, so they may not identify whether the patient having any wound infections or not. So we have to monitor the wound daily. Then compare the changes of ulcer daily and record regularly. We have to monitor the wound characteristics, whether it is becoming infected or not. Then monitor the temperature, because if the wound is infected, patient definitely will have fever. So we have to monitor the vitals along with the wound care. Encourage affected people to maintain regular medical care with multi-drug therapy. They have to follow this multi-drug therapy to control the disease. Keep continue the follow to manage these conditions and follow the any adverse reactions like as loss of sensory ability or not. Then keep skin moist to prevent dryness and fissuring to avoid ulcerations or infections of the skin. Then education, we have to provide the education regarding the intake of high amount of fluid to maintain a proper skin hydration and to moisture or to maintain a nasal mucosa with 0.9% saline, and educate the person and family members to the consequences of leprosy. We have to inform regarding the complications as well as how we can treat this condition. Okay. Then we have to provide educations on the importance of taking this multi-drug therapy, because sometimes patients may drop their continuing or drop their taking medications correctly. So we have to inform them regarding the importance of taking this kind of multi-drug therapy, because patient needs to take 3 or 4 kinds of medications along with other kind of management of the wound. So it may be very difficult for them to maintain a multi-drug systems for continuous period of time. So we have to encourage them to follow this therapy because it is very essential to manage this problem. Okay. Then regarding the complications in the later stage of this leprosy, it can be having a serious complications like loss of sensation. That's why they may lose their fingers or toes in the later stages of disease, and permanent nerve damage. They may completely lose their ability to sense the touch. Okay, then muscle weakness can be happen. Then disfigurement due to the loss of limbs or feet. Patient may be having disfigurement. Okay. So this all about this leprosy. Today we have seen regarding what is leprosy. It is a kind of disease that is mainly caused by Mycobacterium leprae, and we had seen regarding the classification, isn't it? Lepromatous classification on lepromatous, and we had seen regarding the management, multi-drug therapy and preventive measures are there. Okay, so please go through this note. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, thank you.